Righty ho, let's just get that camera on the space. Not ideal. Need a bit and a bit. Okay, so we did a little bit. Hi, so I'm just making this as a reminder video for the balance work that we did. I had you up against the wall. Oh, let's just start that again so that you can see my feet. There, right. Hello. Hello. This, one more time. Hello, this is just a reminder of the work that we practiced, working on balance at your feet and ankles, and working on balance a bit higher up so that your stability is better. So we tried back against the wall. First of all, just getting that posture up, head to the back of the wall, shoulders, blades on the back of the wall, everything working nicely. And that's really good to work against this forwards lean. The straighter you can be, the straighter you'll balance. And it's easier to balance a straight thing. If you think about a Lego tower of bricks, if your tower of bricks is toppling forwards, then you're more likely to lose balance. Going forwards, if you're going to fall forwards, you'll notice you end up on your tiptoes, and it's your calf muscles working there that stop that forwards fall. If you're going to fall backwards, you end up lifting your toes. So if I push myself backwards, someone pushes me, my toes come up, and that's how I correct my balance. In the first instance, it's that interplay that stops me falling backwards or forwards. Now, obviously, there's bigger movements than that, but that's the start. That's the foundations of the thing. So we're working on foundations here. So nice and strong. Ideally, you'd be in a hallway, so you had a wall in front of you and a wall behind you, or you could have a chair in front of you. So just practice that. Lean back. The worst that happens is you land up on the wall. So I've brought my feet a little way out. Now, if I come out, what's that, about 10 centimeters, and it does depend how big your bottom is, and you try and lean back against the wall and control it, and you try and come forwards and control it, rather than bumping forwards off the wall with your bottom, then you're working your core and you're working your ankles. Control coming up, control going back, control coming up, control going back. And I hope you can see my feet working really, really hard. So if you don't have good mobility in your feet, it has a real impact on your balance. So it is worthwhile doing some sitting exercises and working on mobility in your feet, because that's what helps you manage ground that's got gradient to it and camber to it. So backwards to the wall, off the wall and away. Moving your feet forwards a centimetre or two, that becomes harder. Back to the wall, concentrate, use your tummy muscles to come back up again. Back to the wall, concentrate, use your tummy muscles to come back up again. Okay, if you go too far, goodness gracious, it feels like the wall doesn't exist. Like, ooh, 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 and crash happens. So that's a clue that you need to do more of this, or perhaps just sneak your feet back 1 centimetre and suddenly it becomes possible again to manage it without crashing, if you're concentrating and not trying to talk at the same time. So that's the first thing, just getting used to that backwards. Now imagine you've got a wall in front of you, which I haven't. You can then practice going forwards and catching yourself on your hands. So up to tiptoes. That work in the calf muscles there, that's what stops you falling onto your nose. So you'd be facing a wall and you'd be coming forwards getting to the tipping point, trying to hold it and catching yourself. And I don't want you squishing your nose on the wall. So if initially you're going to keep your hands here so that you can catch yourself and you don't end up with a squished nose. As time goes on, you can practice the balance reaction of, which is again really valuable, that quick movement. That's what we lose, the speed of being able to catch ourselves. Horrible statistics, but people will tend to first fracture their arms. So we end up with a swathe of people in their 60s and 70s that fracture their arms because they reach and catch themselves. And then older people lose that reaction time and will tend to fracture their legs because the arm reaction was too slow. So that's just what we see clinically. So that's forwards and backwards balance. So if you're in a hallway, you've got a wall behind you, a wall in front of you, you can practice. Can I get out of my base of support? And can I get back up again? And can I just use my feet to drive that rather than bottom bumping off the wall? And can I reach forwards and catch myself with my arms, or even just do a sustained hold to work on that? So the other thing that we worked on together is one foot in front of the other. So you can be one with a bit of width there, or you can come closer towards standing on a plank or a tightrope. Sorry, a delivery arrived at the door at the same time. So tightrope is obviously harder, and go for a bit of width if you find that position unstable. Walking is being in this position, then standing on one foot, and then being in that position. So lots of people practice balance work like this. That's not real life. Real life, we're here, and you can be much more unstable here. And in real life, in this position then, you end up turning. So I usually, if I'm practicing this, put somebody in the kitchen with a work surface one side and a work surface the other side, so that you're steady and you've got something to balance on. And then we'll put a bowl of oranges one side, and I'll get you to move an orange from there to there, and an orange from there to there, so that you've got some rotation going on. Okay, and you're working then on your lateral stability. So this was all about forwards, backwards stability. This is about lateral stability, side to side stability. So you're having to, as you move the oranges from this side, most of my weight is on one side of my foot. And as I move to this side, it goes across to the other side of my foot. So on my front foot, my weight's more on my big toe there and more on my little toe there. Big toe to little toe. Big toe to little toe. So you've got that lateral stability and rotational stability going on. Oh, it's all going on here, isn't it? So I hope that's just a little reminder of two things to work on, okay? I'll hit